Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome back to another Crimson Vow standard rank video. Can't believe we already got the newest set. Feels like Midnight Hunt could have stayed a little bit longer as a fan of wolves, but you know, I'm digging the new set. And if you haven't checked my last video, you should definitely check it out because I flipped the script a little bit. And today we're doing something that probably has been done in some capacity, but again, I like to do my own little twist. I'm gonna get my own Rakdos slash Mardu slash Orzhov version of vampires, but I honestly thought Monoblack is probably one of the stronger ones out there. It's a little bit more consistent. It's very straightforward. It um, doesn't need to rely on like blood tokens or the sort. It's just a very aggressive deck, so I decided to give it a spin, try out some new cards, and see how it goes. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. If you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell. But you can also catch me live on Twitch playing some Magic and some other games that I enjoy playing. Like I've been really getting into Dead by Daylight recently, so there's that, a couple RPG games. So be sure to check out the description, check out the Twitch. Um, so, Mono Black Vampires. Again, straightforward, aggressive deck. So let me show you what we're working with today. So we got 3 Valentines. We're not playing Lisette. It's a nice 1-drop. We do have a lot of ways to gain life, which is pretty nice. And sometimes exiling can be pretty important. That ability may come in handy every now and then, but it's really there to be a 1-drop just to start the pressure. But having that extra ability to exile things instead of letting things hit the graveyard can come in pretty handy. We got 4 Infernal Grasp, which is a solid removal spell. I'm not worried about the 2 life loss because we have lots of ways to gain life. No Priest of Oblivion, fantastic. I've really enjoyed this card from the get-go. I think it's still worth playing as a 2-drop, and the kicker ability is also really good, I think, on No Priest. We got 3 Voldorian Bloodcaster, so this is one of the new vampires we got. It's aggressive because it's a 2-1 flyer, so it has evasion built into it. Does create blood tokens if creatures die, which can come in pretty handy since we're not really a card draw deck. But also what's really cool is that if we're able to flip, we can turn our blood tokens into bats. So it's actually pretty nice. Just another way to kind of get the aggression going and get a little bit of value. Callous Blood Mage, we're going to use, this is a form of card draw for us. I'm usually going to use this to lose a life and draw a card, but if we need a blocker, we can create a pest. Or we can exile the opponent's graveyard if they're using a lot of disturb stuff. Nighthouse Scavenger, I mean, this card's good, always been good. Will stick around for pretty much forever, I think, until it rotates out of standard. I am trying Stormkirk Blood Thief because we have so many ways to gain evasion and deal damage. I think this card is good because it applies pressure. We can even put it on itself, which is pretty nice. I imagine for the most part we're going to be putting it on other creatures, but it's not bad to put it on itself to kind of spread the threat. 4 Baleful Masteries, which has always been pretty solid. Blood Vial Purveyor, really, really good card. I don't think it'll matter too much. I mean, it's just because we're an aggressive deck, I think it's fantastic. I don't think it'll matter too much that we're giving the opponent blood tokens. We'll see the crackback if it is pretty bad, but I think at least in standard it will be fine. Playing 1 Sorin because Sorin. We gotta have our rep. We gotta have our homie. Really good stuff. I think we don't have to put the card in hand. For the most part, I imagine we'll probably, when we play Sorin, create a 2/3 vampire with flying and lifelink, and then start upticking. I wanted to play 1 Drana because I just like Drana, and then we got 2 Westgate Regents because Westgate Regents is actually not bad. I think the War discarded card can actually be pretty strong. And then we got 4 Hive the Eye Turns and 20 Swamps. So yeah, I was thinking about playing Blood on Snow, but I just decided since we're such a creature heavy deck, it's not really worth it, and playing a 6 mana thing to remove planeswalkers I think is a little too expensive. I could be wrong, it could be something I visit back in the future, but I think for now we're pretty set. Okay, I like this hand. This is as good as a curve as it gets, I think. We do need to draw a land, and hopefully the Blood Mage will help us there, but This is probably a solid start we're ever going to get in terms of the creatures. We'll probably need to draw some removal if we're playing against net decks like Mono White or other vampire-esque decks, but we'll kind of see what we can get the ball. Okay, we're also playing against Mono Green. Yeah, that's a popular deck. Infernal Grasp will come in pretty handy there. That could be another reason I could play Blonde in the Snow, though. Mono Green, the creatures tend to be a little bit bigger than our vampires, so... oh, it's actually not. Okay. I'm not... I've drawn 3 of my Null Priest of Oblivion. Shuffler is fine. Shuffler is fine. It actually is, but I don't... It's always tough when this stuff like this happens. This will be interesting. I will trade here. Oh right, I can't. That guy can't be blocked. Really good card, honestly. Okay. Oh, so he's like Simic Rampy stuff. Interesting. Okay. Goes tonight. Sure. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and attack and see what happens. I suspect he has a divide by 0, because he doesn't want to take the damage, perhaps. If he does, that's fine with me. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just play the Blood Mage. I think I want to hit the land drop for the Blood Veil Purveyor, and we just haven't gotten there yet. So again, I expected divide by 0. But honestly, Blood Mage or, you know, any of the other stuff is fine. Alright, I'll draw a card and lose a life, sure. I was very tempted to remove the werewolf, but if I can make it day, we might be alright too. Okay, so we still haven't drawn a land. This could be pretty bad, in all honesty. We might be getting trolled a little bit by Arena. But we're gonna kind of see what we can do here. Whew. Okay, so we drew 5 cards and couldn't draw a land, so this might be a little bit of a wash, but I'm going to go ahead and just attack here. We'll see what we can kind of do. Again, we just want to put the pressure on the opponent as much as possible. My goodness, this is tough, guys. This is so tough. I'll just go ahead and play the Nighthawk Scavenger. Just another form of pressure. We should be having a 5/6 Trampler at this point, but anyway, he could have a divide by 0 or a counterspell anyway, so maybe it's a good thing I haven't been able to play the Blood Vial Purveyor, but games like this, it's always kind of rough. I always, you know, funnily enough, I always read comments about like, oh, like, you know, you spend more money, it'll be better for you. I can tell you, as someone who's always bought like one of the pre-bundles before the new set comes out, that's not true at all. Like, not even remotely close to being true. So yeah, don't buy into everything. Let me just put it that way. Don't assume the randomizer's out to get you. It's not always the greatest feeling, of course, but don't be weird. That's all I gotta say. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get some attacks here. This guy's getting a lot of value. So what I'm gonna do, since I can't even play do the full value of Baleful Mastery, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Valentine and then hold up for Baleful Mastery and kind of see what we can do here. I don't know if that card draw is going to matter so much at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to let him attack, kind of see what we can do here. I'll take 6. I don't really have that big of an issue of it. Sure. Or 4, sure. Yeah. Again, because there's so many ways of gaining life, I think it's been really good for us for the most part to just kind of let this trades, not even really trades because we're gaining life, happen, so. Simic's been a pretty top contender deck. It's definitely fallen off in some ways, just because with the new edition of cards. But sure. Go ahead and exile this guy. He'll draw a card out of it, but I think it's okay. Took the 4 already anyway, so If any, but we still get to be super aggressive, which is what's super important here. So, pretty happy with that. Okay, we are drawing our lands now, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go full throttle here. I actually think we could have won if I played the land and then made this 3-3. I think I could have. Whoops, I might have made a mistake. That's okay. It probably trades. I mean, 2-1. I mean, this is lethal otherwise. This is 6. Yeah, we actually could have won. Let it be known, if I lose this game, we could have. We kind of won. Oh. I'm okay with that. That's sure. Okay, that actually makes me feel a lot better. Because I'm just going to go ahead and play a blood. Now he's got 2 flyers. One of them has trample. I should be okay, I think. Been gaining a lot of life. Yeah. I'm maybe I should have exiled this and just kind of waited on the aggression, but this guy's getting so many cards, but I think it's okay for now. He has to make a move now, is what's important. And I think okay, Memory Deluge is fine. That doesn't actually affect me. You get a Blood Vial. Again, I don't... It actually pumps my creatures, if anything. So I don't think that... And they have to pay mana for it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the downside, at least in Standard, is bad. In Commander, I could see it being kind of an issue because there are some Artifact Matters Commander decks, but... Okay, sure. He's at 2 mana. Like, what can you do? Yeah, I'm starting to really like the appeal of the Blood Vial Purveyor. I think he'll be a solid staple in Standard. Yeah. So we just beat Simic Ramp pretty easy, I would say. Nothing too crazy going on there. Opponent was... That was one big wolf, though, I gotta say. I gotta say, that was one big wolf. And I had my thoughts. Definitely terrifying, but managed to get the victory. I think the opponent was probably looking for a Coma or Cyclone Giant. That would have totally turned the table, so I think we dodged a couple of bullets there, honestly. So, oof. This would be a risky keep, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do it, just because even if I miss a land drop, I can still play second Null Priest. So, and again, this is a nice curve, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of what we're looking for in the deck. We haven't gone first, but that hasn't really affected us too. Wow, look at the beauty of this. Wow. I love the background. Wow. I drew 3 out of the 4 binder. Again, there are moments where I do question the shuffler. I recognize at the end of the day that it's random, but there are days where I look at it and go, huh? Okay, so it probably has another counter spell coming in. So actually what I want to do is play the Null Priest. Because if he has a Jar's Disruption, I can actually pay the 1. And he doesn't have a creature on board, so if this resolves, I get to kind of get in for damage here. This is fine. This doesn't bother me one bit. I don't care about Field of Ruin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play the Callous Blood Mage here. I don't want to land the Purveyor yet, because I suspect he has a counterspell anyway. Oh my gosh, is he giving me a land? Okay. Wow, it comes in untapped, so I'm pretty happy about this. I will draw a card and lose a life, because I have many ways to get it back. Okay, well, he just gave me a free creature, more or less. Ooh. I'm actually going to go ahead and play Valentine just because I think it's a little bit better in this circumstance. Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to play two things and I wasn't really supposed to. I actually probably don't even want to give him blood tokens because he might actually want to use it 2 draw cards as a Azorius player. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the Blood Thief here. Again, I think I want to wait. I don't want to play the Null Priest quite yet. And now I wish I did play the Null Priest. Well, actually I can. Well, there you go. I forgot. I haven't ended my turn. Another Fading Hope? That's fine. Okay. This is also fine. Probably ditching the land or no? Test of Talents. I do have Instants and Sorcery, so it's not that I don't use them. Wasn't a bad draw. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. Just again, we're the aggressor. Having 2 creatures with Menace actually makes these blocks a little bit awkward, I think. Sure. Well, once again, just go ahead and play this. You know, I was tempting to... maybe I should play the Hive of the I-turn and just exile stuff. Sure. It's actually pretty important here. I think Sorin is the right play. I suspect a counterspell of some sort or something. I suspect something. I'm not... Jeez, how many divide by zeros have I run into today? So that's the 3rd one. Okay. That's fine. Can't do that forever. Can literally do it one more time. Okay, so this is going to be slightly problematic now because of oh my goodness, he has just had the perfect response. All right, so again, this is where Blood on the Snow could have been helpful. I've drawn all my Valentines as well. Sheesh. Okay, well then, you know what? We're gonna land the Surveyor here. Surveyor's good. He's used a lot of his spells, so I feel like it's gonna be fine for the most part. My issue is the blood tokens, though. He might actually make use of it. I think is the bigger problem. So that's what I'm worried about, in all honesty. I think that's going to be a real big issue. I'm going to go ahead and attack. It's still pretty good in this case. Okay. How do I want to do this? The crackback could be pretty bad here. So I think what I want to do is play Blood Mage. I don't think I need to draw to have cards, so I'm just going to create blockers here. I think that's the thing to do, and then play a Null Priest here. Yeah, Null Priest seems okay. Maybe I should have held the Null Priest for a land and then kick back the Purveyor. Oh man, this is a... Yeah, so this is my thing with Test of Talents. He knows I'm not playing instant sorceries. He probably should have held that. In all honesty, because he knows he's going to get more blood tokens. I think he made a mistake there. Discard 2 cards. Sure. Yeah, but he still has mana at the end of the day. Yeah, so this is my thing. So there is a bit of a drawback depending on the matchup. Blood Veil could be more of a... He got rid of Doomscar. Okay. So he thinks he can handle the Purveyor. That is terrifying. That is actually terrifying. Sure, that's fine. That doesn't actually do anything. Okay. So 4. Can I survive? 5, 6, 7... So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I have to block because I can't win regardless. So what I should do I'll just go ahead and trade. Yeah, sure. This is fine. Gain life. Not a big deal. Could I have actually won? I think I could have won. How much damage could I? No. Actually, yeah. I could have. I actually made a mistake there. That may cost me.
Violence is necessary to set things right. You fight for me now.
Okay. This works. I should be able to live here. Did he actually just draw a Leer? Did he actually just top deck a Leer? He actually just top decked a Leer. Incredible. That was it. That was the out. That huh. Well, all right then. Sometimes your opponents do just top deck. Sometimes it just happens. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, a Leer top deck will end the game when we've already burned through all their spells. Yep. Super unfortunate, but that is part of the game. We definitely would have won if it was not Leer, because they just got so much value back. And you know what? I'm not mad. That's part of the game. I've gotten lucky myself. It's unfortunate. We had the winning hand. We were playing around control correctly, and they just top decked the Leer. They might play all 4 copies. Yeah, you don't know. Oh, this is good. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Yep. We still haven't gone first, which is a bit of a bummer. I would encourage you to kind of keep track of how many times you go first, just because it might actually change your deck building if you realize, I'm not actually going first 50% of the time. How do I want to kind of handle this situation? I'm gonna go ahead. I think this is fine. I did not play Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's my second land. That's bad. That's just bad gameplay. Play with fire, sure. It's got to come out eventually, right? I've made a couple of mistakes already. That's the problem. But I should be okay. Why are you playing that? That is so weird. I am so confused. I'm gonna, yeah, well, Bloodcaster's fine. If we don't draw a land, it's okay. I mean, we're playing 24 lands. It's the average number this deck should be playing. I could honestly be running like 22, I think, and I would be fine. But I'm not, like, bummed out about it or anything. If we don't draw the land, because you just gotta, you just have to understand that sometimes that stuff happens where you don't draw the land, even though you start with 3 lands. The opponent will top deck Leer. It's part of the game. I mean, I think that's what makes the game exciting in some ways. Like, there's this, like, potential to, like, just make this huge swing around. So, all right, we'll see what the opponent does here. I don't know. It seems like he wants to make it night, which would actually be pretty bad for us. So I don't have. Esca's Chariot's pretty bad, in all honesty. That could. I'm actually gonna go ahead and scoop here. So I misplayed the wrong land, and that actually ended up costing me a potential card draw. Not that it mattered. I don't think we'd have drawn the 4th land anyway from what it was looking like. So that's on me. I will take full responsibility for that one. But I don't want you guys to think like this deck is bad, like, because it's just a straightforward, simple deck. It just needs to play properly. I'd like to go first a couple of times. We'll see if we go first here, but probably not. Just I'm a little bit on the unluckier side when it comes to arena. So, yeah, yeah. There you go. Oof. This hand is keepable. It's 2-land hand. It's fine. Play stuff. Could have 2 removal spells. And if you're like, again, I hope this is also evidence for you people who think like, if you pay more money, the randomizer will help you. I haven't gone first this entire in this entire video. So, and it's 1 straight shot, just in case you didn't realize. So, okay. This is fine. It's not the best, it's not the worst. I don't know what he's foretelling here. It's not a... I feel like that's an Arwen's Epiphany, but it's terrifying if it is. I hope he plays a creature at some point. That way my Infernal Grasp will be a little bit useful. Get something in his graveyard. You know. So he's playing Jeskai. Ugh. Oh man, and of course my 2-drop comes after, but nothing we can do. It's not playing a counter spell. Looks like it's a Divide by 0. It's a Fading Hope, sure. That's fine. Doesn't do anything. Get to scry. Sure, whatever. I'll just play a... I will play a Blood Vial Purveyor. That will probably kind of force him to react in a way that's not like super meaningful. He counters this, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I expect they had a counterspell anyway, so it's gonna force him out of it. Looks like he does have a an Auron's Epiphany. It's not doing it wouldn't do a whole lot, so it's not like the biggest deal in the world. So I'm not like super worried. Sure, Memory Deluge. Yeah, draw 2 cards. Still have a board to look at. So I've got instants in there. Well, hopefully. There's a sorcery now. Expressive Iteration is a solid card. Can't believe that card is still $7. That's like so insane. So just out of fear for Lear and more counter spells, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and make this a creature. It's actually be really nice. That's totally fine. That's probably better. Is it? Oh, it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is good. So what I get to do here, a lot of cool stuff. So I get to exile the Memory Deluge, and it's still... Yep. Getting double block, but it's going to take the damage. And, yeah. I get the Memory Deluge out. And what's going to be super important here is to recognize that Hive the Eye Tyrant is going to be a form of constant pressure. I'm going to continue doing Hive the Eye Tyrant just because Lear is giving me a little bit of flashbacks now. And oh, here comes the Auron's Epiphany, which again doesn't do a whole lot. Okay, he's not optimizing to do it now. It's fine. Okay, yeah, I will continue to just hive stuff. I don't see the issue of not using it. I'm gonna get rid of Expressive Iteration. Actually, no, Fading Hope doesn't act. If Fading Hope slows me, Expressive Iteration gives him value, so. Can double block once again, that's fine. Keep in mind, while this is happening, I'm still providing pressure, and I'm not really using the resources in my hand, so I will still have something to do, even if he were to board wipe, or play Auron's Epiphany. Like, it's not going to affect me in a way that, like, matters too much. It's definitely painful for sure, but at the end of the day, I still have cards to use, so that's what's really going to matter here. Okay, so he has enough for a counterspell. Then I will force him to use it. What's actually really good about the Blood Vials too is that Westgate Regent. Suspect Westgate. So I suspect that's a saw it coming. I think I can continue then just to... Well, I have to get the counter spells out. Okay, then I will do my House Scavenger. And we'll call it good. I probably will actually use a Blood Vial on Infernal Grasp, just because I don't think I'm going to need it. Baleful Mastery could still be very useful, because I suspect the Planeswalker to arrive at some point. Alright, here is the intervention. with the Auron's Epiphany. So, again, we knew Auron's Epiphany was coming. Alright. That's fine. Again, this doesn't actually change a whole lot of what's actually happening, which is nice. I don't get to exile the intervention. He's probably gonna... I think he has enough mana to cast it, and then another Auron's Epiphany, so... painful as it is, we just gotta let it happen. What's kind of great, though, is that, like, there's no good attacks happening anyway. Because, I have a decent blocker. Sure. You have 8 birds. Actually, it doesn't, like, affect me a whole lot. Alright, you have another Auron's Epiphany. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't have an Auron's Epiphany at this point. Maybe I do keep the Infernal Grasp now, just in case, but... Alright, take your extra turns. Do your fun stuff. Sure, that's fine. Doesn't affect me a whole lot. Just to get to draw cards. Alright, now I'm a little worried. He's managed to kind of draw into a lot of things. And then, geez, the amount of extra turns our opponent's taking is ridiculous. Alright, come on. Probably has counter spells, right? Okay. In that case, I do need to find something. It's not quite it. I don't know how I consistently have drawn high over the Eye Tyrants. Alrighty. Okay, we will give it to the opponent. That's 4 extra turns is a little too much for me. So what I would say there in that case is that unfortunately the opponent managed to kind of draw enough Sunset Revelries. I think that was 2 or 3 copies, and honestly that's enough to kind of put back the pressure of a creature deck. I'm gonna play one more game here. I think we've been a little hosed more than anything, and I played incorrectly and I've been top decked. Again, all part of the game. But we're gonna end on a W here, and this will be a W. We're not gonna go first, but again, hopefully we'll be able to kind of just draw into what we need. This hand is so slow, and we have so many 2-drops and 1-drops, so I don't. Man, this is rough. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. Again, I'm not a wizard. This isn't pre-recorded or whatever. Like, I just know that we're not going first. It's just. It's like one of those gut feelings, you know, like you just have that feeling, you know, like that's what's happening. It's just like, I just know, like, it's just this feeling of like, you know, it doesn't matter what the odds are. It doesn't matter what probability is. Like, you just know at the end of the day. And that's what it is. I'm just secretly kind of psychic, you know, so. Well, on the other hand, our opponent will start with the aggressive start, with the aggressive 1 start. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. Is there red-black treasures? Oh boy, we will need our removal spells. Lighthouse Scavenger could come in handy here. Let's go Golgari. Okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, sure. I take 1. I mean, got the 1-drop. Maybe I'll get a 2-drop here or land. I'll take a land. Okay, multiple copies of cards. That's what I don't want to see. That's fine. Opponent's probably like super confused. Like, what? Like, why hasn't opponent done anything? And well, it's the randomizer. Randomizer just kind of shuffled all my lands somewhere, not close to me enough. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Nighthawk Scavenger. Because it's actually in the air, so I don't have to worry about the whole treasure thing. If worried about blocking, it looks like there's a Deadly Dispute coming in here. So it looks like our opponent's actually kind of searching for lands, which I will take. That's a good sign for me because I'm also hurting for lands. Looks like they managed to find one. But hopefully we can same page. Okay, cool. Perfect. And you know what? This this might work out in a way that I wanted to, in the sense of playing the purveyors here. Sounds like really dirty for some reason, but I know it's not, but it sounds very dirty. Opponent still has access to a bunch of mana. I do expect the Lolth to come in here, which kind of sucks. Kind of had all the access to kind of just get the pressure on, and we didn't get to play like a 2-drop with Menace, which would have been exactly what we need to take care of Lolth. But we gotta just roll with the punches. I don't know if our opponent's sacrificing their thing to my thing. Alright, Binding of the Old Gods. Sure. Yeah, I mean, can't do anything about it. Opponent's ramped and got kind of more or less the, but not the perfect start, but a really, like, probably like a happy start. They're probably very happy with what they've gotten. And we are still kind of struggling for lands a little bit. We're able to play our stuff, but, oh man. Alright, Purveyor should be good. I don't think they want to discard their hand anyway, so I don't think the Blood Vials will matter too much. Binding the Old Gods, still a fantastic uncommon card. I think anything playing green-black will be happy to keep that card as their 4-drop, so. Again, I expect the Lolth. Lolth doesn't actually help in this case, surprisingly, just because, oh, Stormfist Festival might do that. Stormfist Festival might be the thing that, oh, there's going to be a run in 7 here. Run in 7 is fine. Oh, Moonhook? Oh, that's... I'm okay with that. I feel like that doesn't really hurt me. Okay. Sure, we just get in. So, I think... we just play another Purveyor, because that will be close to lethal, I think. If not lethal, if they start casting stuff. And Meat Hook would have to come in for 6. They would have to chuck their card to get rid of Blood Vials. And also spend mana. I'm okay with this. This might be enough. I mean, I did say the Blood Vial Purveyors. It just depends on the matchup. I think in this matchup it's good. In Control it's not, certainly, but again, if they're spending their mana to get rid of Blood Vials to survive, that also means that we're not gonna die. I will happily get rid of Eska's Chariot. I'm totally okay with that. 100%. Nope. I think that will actually be GG's.
I'm hungry.
Because these guys also have trample for whatever reason. I actually think we won. I think we win. I'm like pretty sure we win here. I'm just, you know what? Who cares? I'm just gonna be safe.
My will cannot be denied.
Yeah, that's 18 trample damage. I don't see you getting out of this. Turns out Blood Vial Purveyors are pretty good. And they also say F you to Lolth. Okay, so learned a lot today, which is really good. So Blood Vial Purveyors is really good against creature decks and kind of decks that take time to build up. And punish decks that don't have a reason to use Blood Vial. Really bad against Control, as we saw. They have every reason to use Blood Vial tokens. And the deck also loses to not the most optimal plays, like most decks, so play better than me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. my version of vampires that's out right now, and you'll be for sure you will see more. So keep an eye out for that. But of course, hit all those buttons down below. Follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff. And of course, right now YouTube is showing a video of my most recent upload. I'm gonna say this. I really like this one because it's just fun, guys. Just read the title, it'll be enough. And then right below is a video that YouTube thinks you should watch. So go ahead, check those videos out. Really helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next Nerdfell.